Well, since we were just talking about the pure form and the pure art of boxing and mixed martial arts, true fight disciplines, all right? Listen to the A in MMA, the arts, right? Mixed martial arts, all right? There's Taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, American style boxing, capoeira. There's all kinds of fight styles that are disciplines. Power slap ain't on the fucking list. There is nothing traditional. There is no art. Although I did notice when I saw this clip, and I've seen some clips back in the day about power slap. They have this black, like, I don't see bar, but like this grab thing that they hold behind them so that their arms, it gives them something to hold on so their arms don't flail up. Ah, that hit me. So I'll give them that. There's
is it just that? I would imagine that has something to do with that, or would if you do get KO'd, I don't know. I guess it kind of like I thought it had something to do with like when you're KO'd and you're like fucking. I don't know.
Well, there's a person behind them that catches them. If you get knocked out and you're falling backwards, I will tell you from personal experience, the last thing you want behind you is your arms.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair.
As somebody who's been to the hospital for having his arms behind him when he fell down.
So you're saying it's like kind of like to distract the hands from flinching.
So what happens, the way that I'm figuring it based on, especially what happened here with Jake, is the reason why you're holding the thing behind your back isn't just for hand placement. You're squeezing it. You're giving your muscles something to do while your upper muscles are all contracting, because what the person getting slapped is doing before they get slapped is they're tensing up. They're trying to get everything flexed and good to go so that it can absorb the hit. And that's why you see some slaps when they come in for the power slap, boom, you'll see a big like motion, boom, but they're good. They're okay. And they get the mouthpiece in. But then when you get, because no matter how hard you hit somebody, I always, from personal experience and from my studies, what I've done in biology, when it comes to the body, you don't need a lot of pressure to knock a person out. You just need to hit him in the right spot. Every person, they call it a button. Everybody has a button. Somewhere in this general vicinity is a button. And if you can cold cock a motherfucker in the button, lights out. That's it. We found Jake Hager's button because he not only got hit as hard as a motherfucker has ever been hit in my eyes, when he hit the ground, because he didn't hit it straight up. They caught him and they laid him down.
Yeah, put him down. Yeah,
perfect. I love the system. If you're gonna get slapped on purpose, and
if this is what we're doing today, this is a good way to do it.
It's a good way to do it. I'll take that. Right. But did you see Jake's face while he was on the ground? It was almost like pure
it was gone.
Agony. Yeah, he was not here anymore. No. He was in a different goddamn world. And man, I gotta tell you, he got hit so fucking hard. And there's a lot of, like a gunshot. It almost sounds like a gunshot when you see these people get hit the way that they get. And not to sound like that guy, but I'll go ahead and say it. I actually wince and feel it a lot more when it's the women getting hit. I feel even more because some of these women, you hear it. This shit too, the 3 count fucks me. Just fucking hit me, bro. Just fucking hit me. This
I just started to hurt and just thinking about
this woosah moment that you're having, and I know that people tell me because I've asked about it. They go, "Oh, it's not to rev up the slap; it's to practice really quickly where the hand's gonna go,
lining it up. Yeah,
they're lining up their shot, and they're just ready to go." And no, fucking thank you. Because that dude, and for a split second, I wrote it down because when I saw the clip, I too thought that this guy was familiar looking, the guy who slapped Jake Hager.
Mm-hmm.
And someone in the comments pointed out, they ended up saying it on commentary, but
they pointed out his wrestling career.
Yeah, that he's a former TNA wrestler. His real name is Amanpreet Singh, but he wrestled under the name Mahabali Shira on TNA, which I have a little bit of familiarity with him. It wasn't like he was like a former TNA champion or anything. The guy that was on the roster, but he was a high-level professional wrestler. So, I mean, not even in the same class as Jake Hager. I'm not a big Jack Swagger fan, but the man was a world's heavyweight champion. That man was a Money in the Bank winner. He got pushed to some degree. He was kind of a big deal. The guy worked a WrestleMania for the world title. I was there live for it. So I'll give the man his due. Definitely a different level above where this guy was from. But we're learning today on a shoot level.
You don't want them hands.
You don't want them hands. It sounded like he hit him with concrete mitts. Like he had solid
ground. Bro, that was the third round, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. To take two of those. And crazy part is, too, it's like they eat them until they don't. Right? When they get hit with that shit, it do really look like they ate it. But, and you get that final slap, dude. Oh,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'd rather just knock me out in the first round. I don't know if I want to get hit 3 times in a fucking row like that. Like that's...
Well, if you want to get hit 3 times in a row, you got to knock that motherfucker out the first round.
That's guaranteed CTE, brother. Guaranteed brain damage.
Yeah, I know. It's one of them sports that I just don't get it. I don't get it. I hope they're making a lot of money. I don't think they are.
Here's the thing that I have to ask now, because you just said the magic word. Sports. Right? Is this a sport? Now, defined, right? Let's go to who would know? Webster Merriam would know. All right. They would definitely, or Merriam Webster. I'm sorry. I got them in the wrong order. Right? A sport. This is, where are you at here? No, it's thinking of sport in the sense of, yeah, there you go. Sexual play. What are you doing, Merriam Webster? What's happening here? Sportsman. Trying to get a specific, wow, we use sport far too casually is what I'm learning from this search right here. Okay, here we go. Got you. All right. A sport is an organized, competitive activity requiring physical skill and exertion governed by a set of rules. The primary goal is usually enjoyment, self-improvement, or winning. It builds not only physical health and mental well-being, but also fosters social connections. And it classifies team sports, individuals, and recreational. We'll go ahead and just say that this is an individual sport. Activities where a person competes against another individual or against a standard. So, organized, okay, power slap is an organization. Competitive activity requiring physical skill. I guess slapping the fuck out of somebody is a physical skill.
Well, no, hold on. My brain just started storming. Like we can make this a team sport. We can make this a team. A little do some duos. You get one person who's like
tag team action.
You get one power slapper, and one person who's really good at taking hits, right? And then you run any time you go, any person can take the slap or any person could give the slap depending on what side you're on. So you put your guy who can take the hit, he take like 2 of them and then you take the third one.
Ooh.
Now the other guy's hand might be a little weaker. You switch up. You smacking the tank. You know what I mean? Tank smacking back. I don't know, man. We can come up with something.
Hold on a second. This also, by the way,
but both people on both sides have to inevitably be knocked out. So if your partner gets dropped, you are now
2-on-1.
You're dolo. So you got a 1v2 them, and knock them both
Imagine
out.
some guy slaps out both, though. He just
imagine being the power slapper. Your guy gets knocked out. You're up, but both of them have already taken damage. So you have a good chance of fucking knocking them both out and then winning, or you don't get hit as much as he does. So now they come back and knock your ass out and you lose. And so now we're doubling the rate of CTE. We're getting there faster. We're getting there fast.
We're getting here in groups now. Now we're getting
We're running the numbers up.
Not only did you change the game of power slap right now, but you may have changed the method of coaching.
Ooh.
Because normally when you have a coach in an athletic contest, that coach is more fitness training, cardio. He's getting your body prepared for the fight. But now we're adding strategy to it. Hold on a second. I don't know if you should be slapping.
Chestnut checkers.
It's like, hey, look, listen. I've been in this gym a long time. I know a slapper when I see one. I know a slappee when I see one. You have a future getting slapped in the fucking face, my friend. You got a future in this. So we're bringing this up, obviously, because Jake got knocked on his ass, and I love making fun of Jake. But there is a larger... Because Jake's his real name. Jack Swagger was his.
I got you. Okay. I mean,
he on Power Slap he used Jake Hager, so I'll respect the Jake Hager name.
Okay, got you.
He there's a bigger question to be asked here, and that's if the NFL can work this hard on trying to limit the access that everyday people have to the players in regards to CTE, brain damage, brain contusions, concussions. Why is it? Because people crap on the NFL for that. Mm-hmm. You need to be more protective. You need to be, but they're now changing rules so that players, the kickoff rule was supposed to stop a lot of collisions, right? So that we're not hitting each other as much. The rule about leading with the crown of the helmet. Like, they've tried to take action against football. It's a violent sport regardless, but they've tried to lessen that aspect to try to help the health of the players. And that's people who are wearing pads.
Sure.
There's no protection here.
No.
You're getting hit as humanly hard as possible. Mm-hmm. This person across from you is dedicated to the idea of rattling that brain inside of your skull.
They've been slapping tree trunks for the past 6 months.
Just training.
Chalice.
Dude. That's it.
Yeah.
And just going through all of these different motions to get you as critically injured as humanly possible. How is this allowed?
Same reason boxing is allowed. Same reason MMA is allowed.
But MMA, like for instance, MMA is not allowed everywhere.
Where was this event held?
That's okay. The other question, right? So, like, New York just recently opened its doors to MMA recently. For years, we didn't allow it here in New York. Banned in any states.
Yeah, but hold on. But boxing's allowed in the Garden.
Boxing was. MMA was not.
Okay, so that's even worse. MMA, you can there's alternate ways to win an MMA fight, whereas boxing is. I'm hitting you. I mean, okay, you can liver shot, stuff like that. I get it, but like the main contact is your face, your head.
I'll do you one better. Ken Shamrock is one of the biggest names in the history of MMA. He's also a former WWE superstar. He made a ton of waves recently when he said that wrestling in WWE put more damage on his body than the fucking MMA shit did.
Well, yeah. A lot of people say that.
Right, and it's true. And yet,
let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. I apologize. The good ones say that. The good ones say that. Yeah.
So there is one state. Power slap
God damn it. I can never remember his name. And I did that before here with the same exact person. It's like right there at the tip of my tongue. O'Reilly, whatever, the one with the colored hair. He said the same thing. He was on the pod with like Little Dicky and someone, that other guy, that music guy, and they asked him about that. I think that was where it was. Anyway, someone asked him what was harder, wrestling or or what he does, and he said wrestling for sure. And like when you're good, you're never really on the mat. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't wrestle anybody. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting something mixed up. My apologies. He was talking about cauliflower ear. Someone said he doesn't have cauliflower ear. He said, "Do I look like I fucking wrestle?" But okay, I'm getting that mixed up. I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I've heard people say that when they're a good fighter, a good MMA fighter, then you really don't take a lot of damage because you're usually the one knocking motherfuckers out.
Well, to add to the conversation we were just having, I just looked it up. So Power Slap, the company itself, is expressly prohibited in Alabama, where the Alabama Athletic Commission completely bans promoting, participating in, or attending slap fights. Outside of outright banned jurisdictions, the sport, which Power Slap is the name of the company. I can't believe I'm going to say this sentence out loud. Power Slap is the name of the company, but apparently, officially, it's labeled as a sport, and the sport is named slap fighting. That's what it's labeled as. And it said outside of outright banned jurisdictions, the sport is strictly regulated or not sanctioned at all. Many state athletic commissions, such as those in Connecticut, Colorado, and California, do not approve or consider it or recognize it as a combat sport. In states where it is permitted, such as Nevada, Texas, and Oklahoma, power slap events are heavily monitored by regional athletic commissions. So that answers my question. There are some states that do not allow this to take place. So that kind of makes me wonder now. I was
watching a clip too, and I don't know much about power slap. There's a guy obviously there with a slap championship belt, so clearly the guy knows what the fuck he's doing. And he made
the world champ.
He got asked, how much do people get paid doing this? And he said, to be honest with you, like most people that do it really won't. If you're not negotiating for yourself or whatever, you're getting paid nothing almost, right? But he said on average, you can get $5,000 to show up and $5,000 if you win.
Oh, like the luxury bonus. So Jake,
luxury bonus is fucking crazy, dude. That's so wild.
Jake, the fight that we saw, the slap that we saw, took place at the Power Slap 19 event. No, excuse me, that was his debut. Was the Power Slap 19 event? The one that we just saw with with this guy was at it was in Las Vegas. All right, so Vegas will fucking allow anything to.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. For sure,
you can sodomize a lion in Las Vegas, and nobody would really be none the wiser, I guess, about that little situation. But yeah, no, I look at this, man, and I just see nothing but fucking. I showed this to Alex. I showed him the clip of just the bang, and then he just looked at me and went, "Why?" I was like, "I don't know.
Because that's what men do."
Yeah, that's what men did back in the day. I don't know why they're still doing that. That's weird. That's weird behavior. But all right, this guy is what is it? Former NCAA wrestling champion. He's getting power slapped on national television. Crazy stuff. This stuff is, guys, this is really fucking dangerous. This is gonna end. I don't want this to happen, but I'll join the pundits and I'll say it. This will only end until the first guy that gets hit dies on camera. When that happens, when he gets hit so fucking hard that he just has a fucking aneurysm and just dies right there on the fucking stage. Then all of a sudden, because that's what they always assumed would happen to MMA. But like, one of these guys is going to get hit, and it's because it happened in boxing. It has happened in boxing. People have died from hits. People have lost mobility. People have lost, like, suffered brain damage and have to eat through a straw. Like, that's happened in boxing. So people were anticipating that would be the downfall of the UFC, and it hasn't happened yet. But this is in boxing. There's an element of defense. In MMA, there's an element of defense. I mentioned earlier with the NFL, they're wearing pads. There's an element to some sort of safety. There's no safety here. Your arms are behind your back, and your chin is all the way the fuck out, and you're allowing this individual to line your shot up and then swing with the power of a god. The powers slap you with the power of 1,000 suns into another fucking generation of life. Some of these people are getting slapped back into the civil rights movement and getting hit so goddamn hard. It can't be good for you. That's all I'm saying. It can't be fucking good for you. It just can't. So we're waiting to see how that shapes itself out. Wishing those guys the best. Fuck, I really hope nobody fucking dies or anything bad happens. That's all I'm really hoping for. Nothing crazy to happen. That's it.